Hey everyone! Welcome back to Facts 360. If you're interested in global politics and economics, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Today we're diving into an important topic. What is the BRICS group and why is it expanding? Let's get started. BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. This informal alliance was established in 2009 to provide a counterweight to Western dominance in global institutions. Over the years, BRICS has grown into a significant political force, aiming to amplify the voices of emerging economies. But with expansion comes new challenges and disagreements, particularly regarding issues like Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So why is BRICS gaining more members? Let's find out. BRICS isn't a formal organization. It's a coalition of non-Western economies that share a common goal to reshape the global order. With its 10 member countries now accounting for over a quarter of the global economy, and nearly half of the world's population, BRICS is poised to influence major geopolitical issues, from conflicts in Gaza and Ukraine to the transition to clean energy. However, its growth also brings challenges, including pushback from Western nations and internal divisions. How will BRICS navigate this complex landscape? Let's explore further. The term BRIC was first coined by economist Jim O'Neill in 2001, predicting that these nations would challenge the G7 economies. Russia hosted the first summit in 2009, and South Africa joined shortly after. Fast forward to 2023, and we see the group inviting 6 new members, including Saudi Arabia and the UAE. But what does this expansion mean for the bloc? Let's break it down. BRICS heads of state meet annually to coordinate economic and diplomatic efforts. They focus on key areas like advocating for better representation in global organizations, coordinating economic policies, and reducing reliance on the US dollar. The new development bank was set up to provide an alternative to the World Bank, aiming to support sustainable development in member countries. But how effective are these institutions? Let's find out. The new development bank and the contingent reserve arrangement were established to support BRICS countries during financial crises. However, despite their ambitions, these institutions face significant challenges. The NDB is much smaller than the World Bank, and experts doubt it can fully replace existing financial systems. So can BRICS create a currency that rivals the dollar? Let's discuss. For years, BRICS countries have pushed to reduce reliance on the US dollar. Proposals for a new BRICS currency have emerged, but skeptics argue that achieving this will require major political compromises. The dollar remains dominant in global trade, making it a steep hill to climb for BRICS. So, what are the internal divisions among BRICS members that complicate these efforts? Let's take a closer look. Internal tensions are rising within BRICS, particularly between China and India over territorial disputes and competition for leadership. Russia's invasion of Ukraine has further complicated relations, with some members struggling to navigate their ties with the West. Economic instability in member countries also raises questions about BRICS' future. Can they overcome these divisions and present a united front? Let's find out why expansion is a contentious issue. The push for expansion is driven by different interests among member countries. While China and Russia advocate for growth, Brazil and India are cautious, fearing a dilution of their influence. New members like Egypt and Saudi Arabia bring additional voices to the table, but their relationships with the West may create friction. Will this expansion strengthen BRICS or create more divisions? Let's explore how Western countries are responding to this shift. Western nations have largely downplayed BRICS growth, with officials like Jake Sullivan stating that they don't see it as a geopolitical rival. However, some analysts warn that the anti-West sentiment within BRICS is growing. They argue that the West needs to address the needs of low-income countries more effectively to counter BRICS' influence. So, what's next for this evolving group? Let's take a look. As Russia holds the rotating presidency, it aims to steer BRICS towards a more anti-Western stance while integrating new members. However, countries like Brazil and India may resist this direction due to their ties with the United States. The future of BRICS is uncertain, with over 40 countries expressing interest in joining. Will they succeed in becoming a formidable force on the global stage? Only time will tell. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more insights on global affairs. What do you think about BRICS and its expansion? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, stay informed.